Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here, and of course, it's Wednesday, and it's time to get to some of these viewer comments and questions. Up first, Colleen Posey asked, or no, she didn't ask, she just made a statement. See, the other day, I was posting on my Facebook page, and I mentioned that, during the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose, a lot of people thought, like, the actual hall, I forget what, Pioneer Hall, was haunted because, I don't know, just had a rumor that it was haunted when they was filming or whatnot. And, of course, I don't truly believe, it's haunted or anything like that. But she made the comment that maybe it's haunted because everybody kind of gave it the power to be haunted. Like, almost like you get enough people to believe that a certain place can be haunted, maybe it becomes haunted. Not really a comment, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very light this week, but I like that. I thought that was kind of a neat little point there, so I don't know. But I threw it in here. So thank you, Colleen. Appreciate it. Kendrick Levi asked, he goes, do I think that they will make an Annabelle 2? I would say so. Shit, they're making a Unfriended 2. Unfriended didn't do shit. But the fact that it made more money, I forget how much money it was made for. It was made for like $30,000 or some shit like that. Like, I may be underestimating it a little bit, but it wasn't much. It was definitely under $1 million they made Unfriended for, and it grossed. I think if it made $1 million, it already surpassed it. So I forget how much it made, but yeah, it dominated for itself now. So yeah, I would say they're gonna make Annabelle 2. I'd hope to. I like the first Annabelle. I know a lot of people on YouTube kind of shit on it. I thought it was a good movie. It had its flaws, of course, but overall, I give it a thumbs up. So yeah, they do Annabelle 2. I'll be there. Warren Cocking asked, he wanted to know if this was a new mask. It is a new mask, but I started wearing this whenever I came back. That was what, February, I think? Back in February. So, but see, I don't know if you watched any of my previous stuff. So I don't know if you was referring to like if this is a new mask that I've recently put on or whatever, or if overall, because yeah, this is my third mask I've had actually. I've had 3 all together. Every year I try to put another mask on. I know this mask, the X is becoming obscure because my hair keeps falling down. It's getting a little shaggy on me there. But yeah, no, as far as February goes, it was a new mask. But beyond that, same mask. He asked me, would I rather use a machete or a knife? Bam. Right there. I'm not a tough guy at all. And I feel like if I ever am in a situation where I'm going to have to use a machete or a knife, I don't want to have to come in too close. I mean, machete, I kind of come in close anyways with machete. But I figure if I'm, at least you got a little bit of a little bit of range on that. So I don't want to come in with the knife, So I'm going to say machete, my man. And finally, he asked me, what was my favorite torture scene in a new horror film? In a new horror film. Well, define new, because I was going to say Audition, but that was 99. And I realized it's not really that new anymore. That's over 10 years old. Shit. I guess I'll say Hostel 1, where I forget the character's name, but he's the main guy. The one you think's the main character, and he gets taken out. Spoiler alert, sorry. But after he's getting fucked up and everything, they actually slice his Achilles, and he stands up and just fucking rips. And oh, dude, so brutal, so brutal. So yeah, I'll say that scene from Saw for sure. So thank you, my man. There was a picture up here. In fact, you can see the space where it was at. Simon, buddy of mine, I think he was just being a douche, but he asked if it was a picture of a Freddie Mercury autograph, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know, maybe I'm not sure I have the Freddie Mercury autograph. It's actually over here on Maya's corner. I think the picture he's referring to is this one, and it is Danny Trejo. Boom. So that's the picture in question. He does kind of have a bit of a Mercury stash going, I guess. So if it was further away back, I guess you can make that. I think Simon knew, but he went ahead and threw it in there anyways. So I dropped that, Roman Polanski. Of course, we all know the legal trouble he was in, a long time ago, and he had sex with an underage girl. I forget the exact age of the girl, but so when he filmed The Ninth Gate, because he's been out of the U.S. for all that time, he's yet to come back or whatever because of that. And anyways, David, I always butcher your last name. You comment all the time too, and I always butcher it. I need you to pronounce this thing for me. I'm gonna go Asanawaski. Asanawaskis. I'm gonna go with David. Dave. But he mentioned that, I guess, like when he did it, he was still taping and everything else, and I didn't hear that part of it, but I hear the other side of the story, because once again, everybody like looks at that and they're like, oh, he banged an underage girl, but I was like, it was a Hollywood like Hills party, and like I hear she wasn't it was like that cusp of like she was like 17 or 16, 17, which I'm not saying that's right or wrong, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that, but she's, and clearly she hadn't looked old enough to get into this party to begin with. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm blindsided by the fact that I'm a big fan of Roman Polanski's movies. I don't know, but, I always try to, I try to, give him the shadow of a doubt there, the benefit of a doubt, sorry. That, maybe it wasn't, as skeezy as everybody else makes it out to be, so. Ghostface Kid asked some questions. He said, if I could bring any slasher villain into the real world, who would it be and why? I don't want any slasher dude out here. I'm not gonna lie, like, if I was actually in a horror movie, I'd be taken out pretty quickly. Because I'm like the funny fat guy, and the funny fat guy never makes it in those movies. He just doesn't. He gets taken out pretty quickly. But I guess if I had to pick, like, gun to my head, you gotta bring out one of these slasher villains, I would probably bring out Chucky, because I feel like, I think I can stop the old Chuckster. If I know he's there. Like, the Chucky gets the high body count because, sometimes he just, it's the element of surprise, you're not expecting it. But I think if I know Chucky's out there somewhere, I think I can take him. He's a fucking doll. You just fucking boot him right into the fireplace, light his ass on fire. So, I'll bring Chucky in there just so I can defend myself a little easier. What's my favorite subgenre of horror? Gotta go slasher, baby. Come on. I don't even know why. I love all kinds of horror, but it's something about slasher. Like, whenever I think of horror right off the bat, I just think slasher. It's right off the bat. Like, it's Halloween, Friday the 13th, So, love the slashing. And finally, he asked, if I was a serial killer, how would I dispose of the bodies? And that's a really good question. If I was a serial killer, how would I dispose of the bodies? I would think the best way to do it would be to, like, chemically burn them down, kind of thing, like decompose the bodies yourself, like in a barrel. They did that on Breaking Bad, the first season. That's how he was getting rid of those bodies. He was like putting chemicals on them and just dissolve them or whatever. So I think I do that. I dissolve them and then I just go out in the middle of the woods somewhere with like the bag of the remains and then dump it in a hole. No shallow graves. That shit comes. Who digs shallow graves? Seriously, do you not think that's like it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass every time? I will take the time. I will go out there around 10 o'clock at night in the middle of the woods. No one's out there at 10 o'clock at night. And I'll start digging. And I'll dig a hole. I don't know if I'll make it 6 feet or not. Because I know it gets, and I know like in the movies it's so much easier to dig a hole. I know in real life, you start getting down a little deep, it's, it's harder. But guess what? I'm a serial killer and I don't want to get caught yet. So I'll dig. I'll take my time and dig a motherfucking hole and then, drop the remains in there. He poured the remains down the sink. Or down a drain. That may be the best way. I don't know. I'll put a little more thought. I'm gonna go with that kind of execution, or at least that kind of body disposal. Decompose them down. But as far as getting rid of the waste, I feel like just going to there's a town nearby. There's a dam. Just thrown into the dam, right in the water. Walking away. Wash my hands clean of that. So yep. So thank you, my man. 34th man made the comment. Part of my favorite comment. I'm a wrestling geek. I really am. I don't watch current product, but old school wrestling fan. Of course, we've been doing this whole wrestling motif thing on the Sunday Showdown. And anyways, he made a comment that he thinks that the man with no name's manager should be either Paulie Dangerously or Classy Freddie Blassie. I'm gonna vote for Blassie myself because he's the best. That's all there is to it. He was the greatest. I love it. Get that cane up there. And finally, I mentioned the new show called Between and Torture Vision. He said that he'll kind of do the whole wait and see on it because he said he was really excited for the 100 that came out on CW, and then he watched it and he said he was very disappointed. And I'll say right now, I heard the concept of 100 or the 100, and I thought the same thing. I was like, you know, it has it has the opportunity to be great. Like, it has, you know, the ability to be awesome, but I knew that it wouldn't because it was CW, and CW just, I mean, and I know everybody's like, well, Flash and Arrow's hot right now, Supernatural's been doing great, and I haven't watched any of those shows because I just can't do CW. Like, it was initially, at one point it was like WB and it switched over, I don't know, but it seems like WB and CW were just garbage shows. Like, I just can't do it. It's too teeny bopper, too glossy, and right now I'm tired of this new wave of like young adult adventure fucking movies like Hunger Games and Divergent and Maze Runner and bullshit like that. I'm getting sick of it. I'm just tired of it. I really am. And I feel like 100's kind of, you know, look a lot like that. So I stayed away from it early on. Even though I thought the concept was kind of cool, I knew it'd probably be garbage. I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, I mentioned this when I brought this up. I'm hoping it goes down a darker path because Netflix. I know Netflix don't necessarily guarantee it's going to be dark, but I'm just saying I hope it does. Like, it does take more of a darker, like, Children of the Corn type, you know, vibe. Or the remake sucked. I heard the original was good. Could You Kill a Kid? I think what the name of the movie's called. Anyways, I hope it kind of goes down that road instead of just regurgitating, you know, Hunger Games or like a PG, you know, Lord of the Flies type thing. But all right, well, I want to thank every single one of you guys who commented this week. Awesome. I do appreciate that. So, you know, you guys have any questions, recommendations, comments, hate mail, love mail, you know, whatever you got. Not just questions for me. You got questions for anybody at all. You know, Man with No Name, Maya. Corn Children, don't see them very often, but, you know, when I do see them, if you got a question for them, throw them out there. Yeah, the list goes on and on. You guys know how to do it at this point. You can, you know, video response it. You can drop a comment down below. Facebook, Twitter, boom. Whatever you guys want to say, you know, I will literally take all your comments from, you know, around the week, and it will usually wind up right here. So, there you guys go. I'm the Movie Fan.